Hello. Hello. Why wouldn't I? Because we're on the phone. We could go here because you're on the phone. Yes. Yeah, I can see us on 5 time. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. They're starting to pick up a little bit, so that's a good thing. When we've been getting some really good EVPs. Yeah. 757-220-1200. Yeah, if you want to do a private investigation at the Manor House, it's $250 for up to 5 people. Then it's $50 after that. And if it's something you're interested, you can shoot me a message here on Facebook or shoot me an email, vapor757david@AOL. If you do it on a Friday night, you'll be able to do 7 to 2 a.m. If you do it on a Saturday night, you'll have to wait till after the ghost tour is over with. So that's usually between 10:30 and 11. But it still goes to 2 a.m. and it's still the same price. I don't think so. Huh? You broke. Hello? Okay. Yeah. 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 You can't have too many butchers. Which one? Oh, 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 the yeah. I'm doing some printing weekend, and there's something up with my internet because I keep freezing up. Yeah, I'm not seeing anybody either. Well, they're lost. Yeah, we can always talk about orbs again.
Think of some controversial topics because there's a lot of them out there.
Hey guys!
Oh, there you go.
We can always talk about orbs again.
Oh God, no! Come
We're
on.
How are you?
I'm here.
Did you call it? Are you called into the studio too?
Yeah, which one do you want me to? You want me to hang up on the phone?
Cut your computer down. Cut your volume down on your computer.
Okay, hold on.
Okay, I got you.
How's that?
You hear an echo? I don't.
No.
I don't hear.
Okay. All right, so for those of you who don't know, this is John Savage over here, and that's James Flowers over here. He's waving.
Over shit? What?
We're both investigators.
Yeah.
So we do a paranormal roundtable once a month, and we really like to talk about controversial topics because it's things that people don't want to talk about, and I think that we need to talk about them.
Yes, we do.
So, yes, we really do. And let me see. I'm getting some messages from people that is that Kimberly that's on? Hold on.
Dad, you need aluminum foil?
Okay, she can. I don't know what happens with Strange Hard. Kimberly, just comment in the thing. I mean, I don't know what to think about it. Their internet lags, they suck. I mean, I just don't know what else to do. I used to do just regular Facebook Live, but I'm on restriction. So I can't do that until June 17th. Kim saying she can't hear us. Tina's saying she hears us on the phone. Good. And Kim says we're freezing up. and she's saying, okay, sound is better. Okay. All right, so
What the
I don't
heck?
know what else to do. My current mood. So, I know. You would have the joke that I sent you yesterday behind the scenes. We're gonna have to tell you that whole story one day, John Savage, so that way you'll know when I bring that subject up, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Because you wasn't tuned in to the last five time with Geri with Teresa Sayers to know how that came about, but it's hilarious. Poor David didn't know what he got himself into when he decided that he was going to help me with my baby restriction from Facebook.
Yeah, y'all ganged up on me.
We really did. I felt so bad for him. Somebody needs to post something in the comments too if you're watching on here. If you don't mind, I would greatly appreciate it. So, John and David, one of the things that we were thinking about, or topics that came to mind, I guess, when we were doing the tour, was people's thoughts on ghost hunters versus a paranormal investigator, because some people say they're the same, and I don't think that they are.
Nope.
They're not. A paranormal investigator is a ghost hunter, but it's not a paranormal investigator.
Well, I think you need to add in also paranormal researcher.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
So what are we? Because I attribute paranormal investigator almost the same as paranormal researcher. I mean,
well, no, because I think what's different is between an investigator and a researcher is a researcher uses the scientific method in working on an investigation, designing some sort of experiment. So they're researching the actual investigation, where in an investigator, just like a homicide investigator, you're just fact finding. You're validating. You're trying to get all the pieces together. I mean, that's my opinion. And ghost hunters, they're none of the above. All they want to do is they just go out and just make life difficult for us. There's no research. There's no investigation. It's just, let's go to a cemetery or an abandoned building or what have you and see if we captured something, and that's it. There's no research or investigation involved at all. They're just there with a gadget, and that's it.
okay, I see that. So, are we falling under the category of?
Well, I think with
researcher,
us, we can.
investigator?
I think with us, you can use both investigator and researcher, because you are investigating. You're fact finding. You're finding out what works, what doesn't work. Where a researcher, they're going into the more scientific side. They're developing new techniques. They're using like a 3-axis EMF meter and designing an experiment to validate an actual haunting. They're setting up experiments.
Oh, I'll be doing that. All right.
Is that with or without something?
Don't let me forget.
Is that with or without something stuck in your nose?
Without something stuck up my nose. Oh my God.
There he goes, right on cue.
I don't have my stamp on. I'm sorry.
But you see, with us as investigators and researchers, we're dedicated to learning more about the paranormal. I don't know how I can follow that.
I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, I'm done.
At least it was an insert, not a full wing pad, you know.
Okay, I'll stop now. You're supposed to be professional.
Hey, I just followed the
You got
host's
the wrong
lead.
people here for that.
Yeah.
I know shit.
But no, I
agree with you. We'll be testing some theories. Testing some theories tomorrow on a couple of things at the manor house.
yeah. Like I said, I think with us, we're investigators and researchers. We investigate it, but we also think outside the box. You know, what kind of experiments can we use or can that we can make up? And we try, and I know you guys do this too, try different versions of the experiment. What works, what doesn't work, what's the outcome that we're hoping to get, and you modify it. That's basically using the scientific method. So I think with us, investigator / researcher works. Ghost hunters, no.
Yeah.
No.
Speaking of that, I forgot to log something from yesterday because we switched over instead of using the REM pod yesterday at the manor house. We ended up using the Periscope 360
Mm-hmm.
and got a whole different hit off of that compared to when we used the REM pod. And I also left the body cam sitting in Eliza's ring yesterday and got a whole different. We weren't even in the house, and it's almost like, I don't know, people are talking and we're not even in the house.
Yeah, and at the time we heard the talking, were we in the back garden area?
No.
Okay.
No, you'll have to listen. You'll have to listen to the entire clip. Okay, I'm sorry. I was just when you said what you said about the testing the different theories, it hit me that I forgot to log that Utah log. So.
Well, that's critical and crucial when doing an investigation. Logging your data.
Yeah, I know. I've got so much stuff entered right now. I've got notes galore, so that was the one piece I left out.
When you got to decipher it now?
Okay. Yeah, I'm doing it right now because I'll get sidetracked. Forget my 80 Triple HD will kick in, and I'll just forget.
So in other words, don't mention anything about squirrels, right?
No. Without them.
She just proved my ADHD theory right there. Squirrel, where?
You're fired.
I'm fired? Hell, I didn't know I was even hired. Okay, that works.
All right, David, talk. Y'all talk for a minute while I'm doing this because I'll forget, seriously.
Yeah, back to the ghost hunter versus paranormal investigator. Now, I admit I've gone ghost hunting. If you go to any kind of public investigation, you're ghost hunting.
Yeah.
There's so many people there. You're not investigating. You're not going to get to it concrete.
Yeah.
So that's why I say an investigator can be a ghost hunter. So and I get a little irritated because I see a bunch of paranormal teams out there that they're calling themselves investigators. They're just ghost hunters.
Yeah. We're not gonna mention any groups in Virginia, are we?
Mm-hmm.
Or in Minnesota. and those people actually give us a bad name.
Yes, they do.
So, it just makes our job a lot harder because people look at us as like, well, aren't you just looking for a ghost? No. I mean, yes, but we're looking at one, why is there a ghost? How can you actually measure a spirit at a location? What changes the environment to be able for an apparition to appear or an EVP to happen? Where ghost hunters, and I don't even call them ghost hunters, they're just more spectators than anything else. I don't know. I just don't like people like or groups like that. They give us a bad name and they ruin a lot of things for us because you got these people running around. They're ghost hunting. They're causing a scene. They're destroying properties, trespassing, and it makes it even harder for us to do what we want to do at a location.
Right. And y'all, Kimberly is watching too, or she was, but she's on Facebook restriction. And so she normally puts a lot of neat comments down here and makes you think outside the box with things. But the only way she's going to be able to comment is if she sends me a message in Messenger. So we shall see because she's on restriction too.
What did you guys do to piss off the gods of Facebook?
I have no idea what I did. My comment was from a couple years ago.
I mean, I'm trying really hard to get into Facebook jail because I haven't been in jail yet. I feel lonely.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Yeah, mine was something from 2 years ago, and they didn't even tell me what it was for. When I went to go look at the comment that I supposedly posted,
Yeah,
it said that it's not right now. And then I commented on this one girl's Facebook that she wanted to know something about Libras or something like that, one of our traits, and I was like, yeah, we'll forgive you 20,000 times, but when we're done, we'll just cut your ass off, is what I said. And I guess they didn't like that word, or somebody reported the comment and didn't like it, and so they put me on restriction for 29 days. So I have 15 more days before I can do a live. They pushed me all the way down to a bottom group feed, and it just sucks.
that's Facebook for you.
Hey, I might get put in jail now because Jerry used that the CUT word. I might get put in jail now. It's on my feed.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, but you gotta write it. Like you literally have to write it. Unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
You go to jail. I got your back.
Hold on, let me get a piece of pencil, paper and pen, and I'll write the big. What was it? The big C word?
Yeah. I'll put that down in there. Cut. Yeah. And they consider that bullying, and so they restricted me. So.
But
I had my friends access to my Women's Empowering page. I had to make them admin of that, and then I had to David admin my other stuff because.
But you see, that's what's happening on Facebook relates to what's happening in the paranormal field right now. Everyone is so sensitive on topics. If someone gives their opinion about the paranormal, you'll get hammered. Oh, you're wrong, and that's not the right opinion. Or some people will even take it as an attack. Which I'd be more than happy to confront some of these groups out there. I got nothing to lose. And it's not even confronting.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't even offer proper criticism. Hey, you know what? Instead of doing that technique, try this. Maybe this will help you. You can't even give friendly advice.
Right. Kimberly said ghost hunters make the claim researcher researches the claim and forms a thesis. Paranormal investigator investigates the claim and the thesis while forming a test to support the data.
Okay, well, who said that? Ghost hunters?
Ghost hunt. No, this is Kimberly messaged me behind
Oh.
the scenes because she can't comment.
Okay.
Ghost hunters make the claim. Para-researcher researches the claim and forms a thesis. Paranormal investigator investigates the claim and thesis while forming tests to support their data.
No. No, I'm just gonna. It sounds like they're just trying to make up words to make people sound more intelligent. No, it's paranormal investigator that investigates the paranormal. They just like a homicide researcher, homicide detective. They gather the facts. A paranormal researcher is someone who researches the science behind the paranormal and devises theories. And a researcher and investigator can do both. A ghost hunter can't.
Right.
So,
Yeah, ghost hunters just out having fun.
yeah, they're just having fun, and anything that shows up on film is something paranormal, regardless if you tell them, no, that's dust, that's moisture, camera flare, piece of hair standing in front of the lens when the flash goes off. Yeah. Those are the closed-minded people.
That was cute. Last night was fun. All of the people that were there.
Mm.
They were truly good. Yeah. It was funny. What about teams that fake their evidence?
They ought to be shot.
Throat punch. People who fake evidence should be called out and to the public, and so people be aware, so people will know that they are frauds and they do not represent the community of the paranormal.
Well, some things that I have, some of the things I have issues with sometimes is when people post pictures and they're based with people, they have people snowballed that this is actually some paranormal around them or some type of spirit around them when we know that it really isn't. It's just the way I'm not a photographer, but I know that there's a certain way that you can, I guess, blur an image and make it look like it's something paranormal when it's not.
Oh God, yeah.
I have problems with that, and I have problems with people. I don't know. I just have problems with people doing stuff like that, and I can't. I've been trying to look for I have actually been trying to look for the name of that if an image gets blurred or it's making it look like two of one person when it's really not, and I can't figure out the name of it because I'm not into photography like that. I mean, it's not real.
See, this is the issues I have when it comes to photography. You know, in this day and age, digital photography, yeah, it's great. You can do real-time images, but you can fake those so easily. I mean, if you're just holding the camera and you shake it just a little, you're going to get a motion blur. It's going to be out of focus.
Thank you. Okay. That was what I couldn't. That's what I couldn't figure out. I know that David and I, when was it, David, last week, we went over a chandelier picture that I honestly thought there was something in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was back there, and the more we looked at it, and we went to the manor house, and we stood in front of the chandelier, and we snapped pictures, the more we realized that what was behind me was reflections from the sun and the black floor, but the way it made it look like there was an actual person standing there.
Yeah.
But once we got there and we started really looking at it, we were like, no, that's not it. That's, you know. But I've seen pictures that I just don't understand how people could put their head on their pillow at night knowing that it's just not real.
Well, I mean, bro, I mean, look, people just don't care at all. You know,
Right.
those are true. Those are trolls.
Yeah. And there's this one certain person that every time a famous person dies, he within a day or two, he's made contact with them through the ghost box. And
yes, and he has a big following on TikTok, and that irritates me to heaven.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, oh, this person died, and here it is. I got him talking through to you through my device, and he's talking to me. Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. You're full of shit.
Yeah, that guy pisses me off.
Yeah, I mean, I follow him just for giggles and to see what kind of crap he comes up with, but no. But back to your photography question. The thing is, and this happens with digital cameras, people don't understand the ISO settings on the camera. You got ISO 100, 200, 400, 600, 800, 1000, 1200, 1400, 1600, 1800 on up. And our phones will automatically adjust the ISO settings to the light environment. So if you're outside, your ISO is going to be 100, 200. That's high light. Okay. The higher the number, the faster the shutter. No, the higher the number, the longer the shutter stays open. Lower the number, the faster the shutter closes. And people don't realize that.
Yeah, I don't even know what mine's set on to take
It's
like that.
It's automatic.
Set on the wrong.
It's automatic on the phones. It looks at the light coming in and it'll adjust the aperture. Well, at least in the regular cameras, the aperture, but it'll adjust the light setting on your phones to make it, if you're taking a picture in the dark, it'll leave the lens open more. So you have a better chance of having blurry images, light anomalies, and things like that. That's why I'm still a big fan of 35 millimeter cameras.
Well, if I can find one at a reasonable price.
It's only a couple $100. Come on. It's only about a tank of gas. Come on.
I know, right? I don't know enough about this subject that Kim is bringing up to talk about it, so
What's
I'm
that?
going to just throw it out there because I don't know enough about it. She can't comment, but she is talking about ghost boxes and the fact that they've torn them apart, $1,500 worth of them. And I can't remember the full subject of it, but it was they have like some type of recorder device in them where it can pick up certain words and then hold it in that particular box. And then when you go to do an EVP session with it, it's going to remember what you said and put it out there. Am I saying all that right?
Well, that's one way to commit fraud and fake evidence.
She knows more about this subject than I do, so she's already starting to. I apologize. She can't message anything, so she's got to send everything back here on Messenger. But she's brought this subject up before, David, and I can't remember the whole thing with that subject. But she did say that she agrees with you on the 35 millimeter camera because she she's never dark room, so she does miss those days, and I agree with her on that. I mean, I didn't do paranormal stuff back then, but I do miss taking pictures and developing them in the dark room.
Yeah, I mean, you can fake things in a dark room. You can add images. You can have flaws in the development, but not like now with our cell phones where we can open up a Photoshop program as an app and change everything on our phone. So, yeah.
Right. Yeah, but she'll have to get more deeper into the subject of the ghost box. Having a little recorder. I guess a chip in it.
So,
have you ever heard of that, John Stab?
So let me understand this right. So it's a device that's recording my voice, my questions, storing it on a chip, and then replaying it during a ghost session?
It would be as if it's recording, let's say, a word that you say.
Gotcha.
And then when you go run an EVP session and you're actually using the ghost box, it's gonna repeat that word within that ghost box and make it look like it's spirit when it's not, because it picked up your voice.
Gotcha. Things like that should be brought out in the open to let everyone know, hey, here's a device that is considered a fraud device. It will give you bad information. It's not a paranormal device that will capture something from the other side, from an EVP or ITC side.
Hey, Kimberly.
Ours, I have it, like, for instance, on the SB7 box, you can record off of that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Honestly, on SB7 box, I haven't picked up a lot, and neither has Gene Wells when he came in. And we were talking about it the other day when he came out to the Manor House. He was like, I really haven't picked anything up on this, and quite frankly, I haven't picked up a lot on mine either.
Yeah, I mean, I've got the SB.
So I don't know how that sort of word for you to go back in when it's in that sweep mode. If I'm not picking anything up, I'm not really picking anything up on that. We pick more up on, what is it? Is it the SB7?
Yeah, the SB7 is the radio. Here, for those who are watching.
Okay. Here she's correcting me.
Hold on.
All right, she put no. Okay. Keep typing, Kim, because I know you're watching.
Kim, are you talking about the SB7?
No, okay, the one that you use on the tours, the little, it's under my box right now. The regular is it the regular SB7?
Yes, that's what we use on the tour.
What we use on the tours, okay. That one we were on then my regular SB box. See what I said?
What the heck he's doing?
He's looking for a box.
Okay, so SB7.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
S-Box.
Versus, all right, now let me, okay, we got both, so let me write down, I'm going to read you what she said.
Okay.
All right, hold on. It's like Alexa. It listens and picks up word usage. The more it will pop up on a word bank, a chip that stores word usage. The receivers in them will also pick up CD, radio, or something called skip.
So it's almost like an obelisk. Kind of like an obelisk, or maybe I'm just looking at one of my apps here. I don't know if you can see it.
She used to make them out of old handheld AM FM radios.
Oh, a hack box. Hack Shack. Okay. I mean, I haven't come across it, but then again, there's a lot of stuff out there that I just don't even bother with. I mean, like the Ovilus from Dave Chappell. All that is just a word bank, and it comes up with random words, and you can program it. You can program whatever words you want. You can add it to add words to the dictionary, and it's worthless. And there's apps that I have, like from GhostTube, which I've been working on, and you can do the same thing. You can add words to the dictionary. I'm not really on board if it really works. I mean, I've captured some audio EVP with that program, but I wonder if I would have. It's called GhostTube. Here, let me see if I can. Hold on. Oh yeah, that really does work, doesn't it? You can really see it. Anyways, GhostTube.
All right, let me write that down.
And you know, I'm still wary of using any type of apps. But you know, before I talk about it and give it bad reviews, you know, at least let me, you know, at least I'll use it, and then I can report back on people saying, yeah, I use it, it's good, I got good results, or no, I don't like it because of this and that, and you know.
Yeah, and I agree with you on that, John. And for the longest time, I was against all apps. But Geri's got me kind of liking the Necrophonics app.
Yeah, and this one is it's like a spin-off. It's equal to it. But here's my thing. If someone walks up to me and say, okay, and I'm going to hold my phone here. How does a ghost or an entity know what words to use on the phone? How is it finding the words in the app to talk to you?
I don't know. I just know that when we were down in the basement one day, we were asking me if he likes to be called Tommy, and he clearly said he wants to be called Tommy.
Yeah, he said it twice.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But here's the question. But here,
the word blondie.
Yeah.
I ran Necrophonics, not even saying anything, just sitting here maybe for about a good 30 minutes in my room, not saying jack skippy, to make sure that the word blondie is not in a word bank somewhere, and I have yet to hear it. But the other night I heard it twice because I was joking around, saying, "Is my boyfriend here?" And twice he said, "Blondie."
And you see, and that's where the documentation comes into play. You know, documenting the question with the response. But again, I'm going to go back to the original question. If I'm an outsider and I see you using that, and I ask you, okay, how does the spirit know? No one, how it's going to communicate through a cell phone, through an app? What would you say?
Okay, let me ask you.
I'm okay with that, David. You care the scientific side. I ain't good with this.
Let me ask you this, John. Okay,
Yeah.
Let's say we have Geri's app. Geri's phone's got the app on it, the Necrophonics app, and we get get Blondie on there. And then let's say you download the app on your phone, and you come in, and then we get the word Blondie. How would you explain that?
That's not a coincidence. Because I would give more credit to that type of setup because you have two separate devices. They're not linked to each other. And they got the same information. I can run with that. But if you're just using it once, only one device, how do you control it? How can you control that information that comes in?
Well, then, David Flowers, I guess you're going to have to purchase the Necrophonic app, and we're going to run it off of your phone and see if my boyfriend comes through, because he's came through everywhere I went.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Do it. Started out in Old House Woods, and
I'm going to download it tonight.
I mean,
I've had Kimberly listen to it on her phone to make sure Blondie doesn't pop up. I've had my sister listen to it on her phone to make sure that it don't pop up, because I want to make sure that that is not a word that just randomly pops up.
I would even go this far. I'll download it on my phone too, and
Do it.
and have the three of us at the manor house do it, but be in different parts of the house. Have you and David in the same room using that app, and then have maybe my phone in a different part of the building, and see what kind of results.
I'm just curious about that, or having them together to see.
Exactly.
Even just you randomly floating it tonight and just listening to it, like I had my sister do.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I just want you to listen to the word, to what's popping up in there, and see if you hear Blondie. And she hasn't. So that's why I want to triple check, because I know that I have a male that's with me all the time.
Right.
I know that.
And if
that started in at Old House Woods, but he probably had always been with me before. I don't know.
Yeah. And and if you do that experiment over and over, let's say you do it, I don't know, 10 times. I'm just picking a number. And out of the 10 times, you get a hit 8 times or 5 times or 7 times. That tells me, okay, there's something with the app, and there's some sort of interaction that from the spirit is able to understand this technology.
Right. And that's what Kimberly's talking about. She's talking pitting the apps against each other, or pitting devices against each other. And I understand that. I really understand it. It ain't Sydney.
And I think that's the only way you could truly test these apps out. Have a known baseline that you can work with to say, okay, I'm just run with me on this one. So let's say that we use this as your baseline. We know this is reliable, and this. We know it's reliable. We've gotten random hits. We know how these works. We can explain how this device works. And the chances of getting a statement saying, yes, I'm here with you, by the time it says that, it's gone through what? 10, 15, 20 different channels or stations by then? We can explain that. So if you use something like this as a baseline and then add the apps to it, and you got 2 apps running and you're getting the same results, then you can say, yes, this app, in our opinion, works.
Right.
And we compare it.
That David and I did last week. We were pitting the SB7 box against his my SB box against his is what we were doing last week. We were trying to sweep it on the same frequencies to see what we get, because he gets more hits on his device than I do on mine, and I want to know why.
Okay, I think I can answer that. Okay, David, when you're using your SB7, do you use that more often than a typical digital recorder?
What do you mean? When I'm doing it, I like to split it up. I'll like maybe 5 minutes on SB7 and 5 minutes without.
Okay. Here's my thinking. Okay. I don't get a lot of good results from this. Okay. But if I pull out my digital recorder, I will get EVPs constantly. And my reason is all my energy is focused on this device. I'm more comfortable with this. This is my go-to. I know that I'm going to get something. And I think that's why you get more with your SB7, David, than Geri, because that's your go-to most of the time. You focus more of your energy into that device, just like using dowsing rods. Okay, you're using. You've got, there's some people that has their own dowsing rods. No one else can touch them except them. That's because there's an attachment. It's like a part of their aura, their energy field. Same thing with the SB7 with you, David. That's part of your energy field. You feel more comfortable doing this than this. And the spirits know that. So they're going to communicate in a way that is comfortable with you.
Right, because I can't use his dowsing rods. I've tried.
Yeah. So with you, Geri, you have to find which device works for you. And it could be that you might have to keep using this over and over and over until your energy is imprinted on this device. Just like dowsing rods.
That makes sense. Because that little the SB box, I love that box. I do. It's my favorite one out of all. And my Periscope 360 are my favorite too. And my dowsing rod.
Yeah, I like your Periscope. I really do.
Yeah, that is one of my favorite pieces. Let me look at our time on Blog Talk. We got about 5 minutes left to talk. Good time fly.
But yeah, I mean, with me, I have 5 of these in my bag.
Can you send me a picture of it? I can't. You gotta send me a picture of it so I can see it.
Well, next time I see you, I'll let you use one. This is my go-to. I have this everywhere I go. And I will always get an EVP off of this one or that one. And that one.
You're worse than a woman. I asked you one simple question.
But you see, but this relates to your question. This is my go-to. This is where my energy is located.
Yeah. Well, I do like my Olympus recorder though. That one I do. I love that thing. Yeah, it's hands down an awesome recorder. If I had to choose between recorders, it would be between that body cam and an Olympus.
Yeah, I love the body cam.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I really do. We've just learned at this point now to just set it down.
And
don't even touch it. Somewhere.
It's trial and error. That might be your device for EVPs and everything.
Yeah.
Because I noticed that when you talk about it, you get really excited. This is my toy. I have all the best of luck with this. Versus, well, I got this, and I get some stuff.
Yeah, the body cam, it's just nothing like it as far as I'm concerned. I mean, the recorders too. We do run recorders. I'll take my Olympus out there and just set it down, but like just setting that body cam down last night.
Yeah.
And just setting it on the mantle, leaving it there and not touching it. There's conversations. I'm just blown away by what I got on there last night. I'm really blown away by it, particularly the whistle, because nobody was in that house. Nobody.
See, and
I don't where that could have came from. And it was a male.
But you see, if you take your device and add it with David's SB7 setup, I mean, you've got a good deal going. You got your baseline right there of known devices that you have that you can say, yes, this works. We don't fully understand why it works, but it works. And we're studying the why factor.
Right.
Versus
I got you on that.
Versus what your friend was saying. Yeah.
Yeah, Kimberly said she wants to use a Furby.
As long as it's not a haunted doll.
I have one of those little
Okay.
Fingerling. Yeah.
Fingering. I'm not going there with that.
Fingerling.
I'm not going anywhere with that one.
Why not? Well, we only got like 2 minutes, so you're going to have to hold up on that. But David, write that down. We're going to talk about that on our Paranormal Roundtable, our next show.
Fingerling.
Fingerlings and Furby.
That just sounds really just perverted. I'm going to take my fingerling and...
I am not good with my fingerling. It's a little dragon that fits on your finger.
Oh, a finger ring. Gotcha. Okay. It sounded like you're saying fingerling. And I'm like, what?
Fingerling. Y'all are fired. You're fired. I am talking about a fingerling dragon that you put on your finger and it's wrong.
You're not helping the situation, sweetie.
Oh my God, I can't get my toy right now.
Yeah, we're gonna talk to a ghost. Let me get my fingering out for my ghost. It's like you're a proctologist for the paranormal, for the living impaired.
Oh, terrible.
You said it, not me.
Oh my God. Oh my God, we got 40 seconds left on Blog Talk. All right, hold on. I'm going to pull us off of Blog Talk because we.
Okay.
4 seconds. Okay. Brian's got his people on, so I'm going to hang up on this real quick. Thanks for tuning in to Bye Time. Bye. All right, hold on.
I was a hard-drinking sinner with blood on my hands. I was a hard-drinking sinner, a gun in my hands, drinking 40 pounds for dinner till I met and the man said, how do we do? 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 How do we do?
I can't hear you.
Turn your volume back up, Jerry. Can you hear me?
I can hear. Can you hear me? I can't hear you. I can hear the music.
I think she went out and getting back in.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I can hear the music too.
Yeah, I think she might have to change the music just a little.
I don't know why. There's something screwy here. We shouldn't be
Yeah.
hearing the music. Okay, I got we got to hang up on the blog talk and go back in.
Okay. But we stay on StreamYard.
Yeah, make sure I'm hung up. Yeah, I'm hung up.
Yeah, I'm not on it.
I think we're good now. Jerry just
Oh,
needs to come back in.
Jerry, come back in. Yeah, that guy you were talking about with the talking to celebrities. Yeah,
Oh,
my
okay.
my head
We're
hurts.
broadcasting.
Okay, we're still broadcasting.
Yeah. Oh, I not yeah. Okay, I keep hearing echoes, like a 10-second delay.
Yeah, I'm not hearing anything. I can hear you perfectly.
Okay, Jerry's having mic issues.
Okay, well, I guess we can just keep going until she gets back.